I understood that reference. Shut it down!
Well, apparently it can't be an opening to the Screen Crusaders podcast if there's not some sort of fucking technical difficulty.
Bullshit.
Yeah, we were over here, the panel and I, trying to get up after Guild had updated, and it wasn't letting us join all together, so we were over there just...
What the fuck did I do wrong? Tell me!
All right, but let's go ahead and just get right back to it. Unfortunately, we had to skip a couple weeks ago. Unseen scheduling conflicts, wasn't able to get on out of work myself till past 8, so I decided to go ahead and cancel. And then, of course, we let y'all enjoy your holiday last week. But joining me now, we have the rest of the panel. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Of course, joining me is my co-host, the greatest, the fantastic, Mr. Oyman. How you doing, man?
Good guy. I'm doing all right. There's a lot to talk about. Wow, we've got a lot to catch up on. So I'm excited to do this show. There's a lot I'm really excited to go into. Take the gloves off, see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, same here, same here. And of course, we have the Mr. Spoiler, the awesome, the incredible JT. What is up, my man? How you doing, bro?
First of all, I would like to say to those new listeners out there, I have been spreading out the word about us to some of my friends. So hopefully they'll be able to chime in. Hopefully. But no, I'm excited about today. What?
Send him the link.
Yeah. But I about today, and yeah, I'm ready to talk about it.
All right. Same here.
Spoiler-free thoughts.
Well, yes, I guess, yeah. Well, we'll keep it as spoiler-free as we can. Hold
Till
on.
the end, and then
Till
you
the
all
end.
can kick it while we get into it.
Wait, oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Where the hell did it go? Nope. Oh, man. Hold on. And, of course, finally, we also have Mr. Johnny Joestar. How you doing, brother?
Hey, pretty good, man. Glad to be back.
Yeah, we haven't had you in a solid minute, man. It's been a good while.
Yeah, it's been
Glad you could join us
working
today.
Like a Hebrew slave, you know me.
Hebrew
I mean, it's not like I said like Indian slave and then be Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Kalima.
Okay.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I was there. Is this the one where we're gonna talk about Indiana Jones?
It was gonna be the one from 2 weeks ago. We could add it onto there. I mean, the list on the board today is actually not super long. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and bring the board up real quick. So we do have the TMNT Mutant Mayhem got an official trailer, which looked fantastic, but we'll get more into it right there. Second topic on the list is Fast X.5. Make them stop.
What the fuck, y'all?
It's the housefly that won't die.
God damn! God damn!
Actually, I got a better one. The Rock. What?
Okay,
You're finally coming back for Fast X.5. What do you say of the movie?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
There you go. But then we have Oppenheimer gets an R rating, and then we'll ask the question, which one are you guys going first? That or Barbie, and why? Of course, we also have because you could only watch one first, and I just want to hear the panel's brain.
It's not gonna be 3 hours long, so.
But we'll go ahead and also have first on the scene we have Mr. Oyman a couple weeks ago, actually, the weekend before we had that episode that we didn't get to do.
Today.
Yeah, he actually got an advanced screening of The Flash. Since the movie's not out, we will have him do a spoiler-free impressions and kind of let us know what we should expect, if we should expect the second coming of Christ,
to be honest,
or if we should tamper our expectations. And, of course, the big movie that came out this past weekend was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, so we're going to do a review. And some more information came out after that during interviews from the producers and such like that. They give us a little bit of juicy information about the future of Spider-Man. But before we get started, out this week we do have, for us gamers, we have Diablo 4 coming out, a highly anticipated release. It's not my cup of tea a game, but I know there's a lot of gamers out there that are super stoked to get that. Some of them already even paid the extra money to get a couple days early. As well, another number 4 in the franchise, we got Amnesia the Bunker coming out tomorrow, and it's the horror game that I actually enjoyed the first one, not quite so much the second one. Didn't play the third one, but the fourth one is the first one where you get something to do other than run. You actually get like weapons and such, but the catch is they probably don't give you a lot of ammo or their durability on those weapons, and you have to choose whether you want to like use them to help you escape a locked room and shoot the lock off, or if you want to protect yourself from the boogie monsters that come out from that fucking series. As well, in the big movie releases, this weekend we get the release of Transformers, God knows what number this is, but it's Rise of the Beast.
Transformers 8 or 7.
Yeah, see, not even Mr. Oyman could keep up with which one it is. But
we just had Spider-Man 10, so...
well, yes and no.
A lot
But
of sequels.
oh, jeez, fast time. But that being officially said, we'll have the guest, well, not guest, the panel member that hasn't been out here in a while. He added a special topic on here. Let's talk Indiana Jones, and let him go first. So, what are you expecting from this, Mr. Joestar? I know that it has, so far, the people they have showed it to have not been thoroughly impressed. Maybe they showed it to the wrong crowd. But, I mean,
of course, he's gonna croak. He's gonna like get like a heart attack, and then he's gonna like
80 years old.
Yeah, dude. Like, what the fuck? No offense. Like, I love Indiana Jones. I haven't bought his action figure. Like, I love Indiana Jones. It's tight.
Dude.
But like, his time has passed.
Shut
Like,
it
I'm
down.
sorry. I mean, like, I love Harrison Ford. Believe me. Like, my childhood was mostly Harrison Ford action movies, and it wasn't just Indiana Jones. But if anything, like, I just feel kind of bad because it's just like, well, like, they're trying to bring so much shit back, and we've talked about this before. Like, they're trying to do reboots and all this shit, and like, it's like you don't really need to. I mean, for God's sakes, Keanu Reeves like doing The Matrix. And also doing
yeah.
Bill and Ted, like, come
Oh, that's
on,
some that's some
man.
horseshit
If
too.
you've seen those,
No, that's some horseshit.
Dude.
I'm gonna add another topic to the list, but keep going.
oh shit, there you go. Well, but that's the thing though, is just like, I mean, even like with Bill and Ted, like The Matrix, I don't mind John Wick, and I just recently saw the one where he's like banging those two chicks or something, and then like they end up like,
John
Heard
Wick.
about that.
John Wick.
Knock,
yeah, and then they start like
What
saying,
movie? You
we're gonna-
downloaded the
we're gonna
wrong
tell
John
your wife.
Wick. You downloaded the
No.
wrong John Wick.
I downloaded the right John Wick. 2 chicks, 1 room. That's how it goes, baby.
2 chicks at once.
Yeah, but it was like disturbing. I forgot what that movie was called, but seriously though, like,
A thriller.
yeah, and like it's
I've been in the
crazy.
woods
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Because like, I mean, you kind of get that, like, it really is like that psycho vibe, and he's just trying to get out of it. Like, he's just trying to get out of it. It was just like this one time kind of a thing, I guess. And then I only caught half the movie, and I was just like, damn. But I was literally watching it, and I was just like, holy shit, like, he banged them both. And then, like, I was just like, well,
That was it.
yeah.
I don't
that's
know
it
what the
is.
hell this guy's. Oh, so it's. Are you talking about the one with
Big
Anna de
Trump's in
Armas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's got plenty.
for
Yeah, it's got plenty of knock jokes all over that place. He's like
He's
an
knocking
artist.
something.
Yeah.
for,
But,
for a second,
like,
I
it
was
was
like,
Chicks at once.
"Jeez."
It gave me that feel. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Funny Games?
no,
Funny games.
no.
It is one of those like horror movies that like it's really messed up. Kind of leaves you kind of like Devil's Rejects and like House of a Thousand Corpses. Like it's kind of like morbid.
Michael Haneke.
But just a quick thing on it. It's about 2 guys that go to like these people that just moved in or whatever at this house. Next thing you know, they keep showing up, and then they go completely insane, and then they tie up the mom and the kid and the father, and then they play like weird games like, oh yeah, everything is cool, but they have like a loaded shotgun pointing at them, and like they want them to do like really crazy stuff, and then they end up like killing the whole family, and it's like that. So it's like it gives you one of those vibes, like is just like really messed up, and yeah, I mean, he's doing good. Keanu Reeves did good on like that stuff, but then like when he goes to Bill and Ted, like he's got like a whole bodysuit that's like muscular because he sees his future with Bill, and like these fucking buff, and they're both in prison, and like I'm just kind of like I don't really understand this shit. Like I thought this was over and done with, but I guess not.
Well, and
But-
I agree with you on the point where some things just need to just stay in the past. Like my wife and I, we were watching the one with Sean Connery. Was that The Last Crusade not too long ago?
Yeah,
and,
last
and we were
Crusade.
just like
Last Crusade.
Crystal Skull. It just wasn't it, man. It just. It wasn't it. So I feel like,
I enjoyed
and
it.
even watching the old ones, unless you grew up with them, if you're watching them for your first time right now, let's say you're like 20 something, you're not gonna get that same connection we do because we grew up with them.
Yeah.
And so this type of character, especially if they're getting Harrison Ford back and he's getting older, he's definitely not getting any younger. And well, unless they put CG on some other actor.
Well, yeah, he is. In this one, he does look younger.
But so I stand corrected. But in that case, it's just some things just need to stay in the past. Like their time is done. You can't recapture the magic. I'm not expecting this one to recapture the magic. I'm expecting it to be okay at best.
That's what everyone said about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't recapture the magic.
Yeah, and it's
Like
just
something like did last year.
It's just one of those things that just because you have the IP and it's a big IP, sometimes you just need to know when to let it die. And this is one of those cases.
It's like Matrix.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, but to be honest, like to me, Crystal Skull was the Matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was the end of it.
Matrix 4, right?
Yeah, like that's like, yeah, like the last Matrix. I thought that would have been like their Harrison Ford's like.
We'll have old Keanu come back for Matrix 5, maybe. Might.
No,
He'll still look the same. You know, be 15 years older, he's still gonna look the same.
Well, for the second mystery fucking topic, and you guys keep bringing up Keanu Reeves, is fucking Lionsgate is already out there saying they're working on John Wick 5. They're gonna bring the son of a bitch out of the fucking grave.
Fucking knew it. I told you. Hey, did I not tell you? I said they're doing a fifth one. He didn't die at the end. You're like, no, but I'm pretty sure he died.
No,
I'm like,
he
nope,
died.
doing a fifth one.
He died, and then
He died.
Money.
But
didn't see him die.
They don't even
He
know how.
hunched over.
Well, they're saying basically they don't even know how they're gonna bring him back, but they will. They're literally saying they're literally in
John
translation is saying. Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. They literally are.
Come on. It's gonna be the same thing with like Colin Firth from Kingsman 2. They're gonna be like, oh, he got shot here, but we pulled the bullet out and put a heal pack on him like they do in Guardians.
He died,
Boom.
but now because of money reasons, they're like, you know what? Let's pull some bullet. Like they're probably gonna have him like dig out of the grave, and he fought the devil in hell. And
making more than the last. It'll now they might have him show up in like some other spin-off with like the Continental or something like
Ballerina
that.
was supposed to. Ballerina was supposed to be where he comes back. Because it takes place before this movie, but you could tell that they were planning to have these spin-offs carry the franchise from here on out, but Lionsgate, and they're like, all right, it made a shit ton of money, so let's just fuck the story, and I don't know. I was not too happy. I was not too happy about it. I was
not surprised in the least. I knew that was coming. That was part of why I couldn't let myself like be as satisfied with the ending of the fourth one.
Yeah,
I knew that there was going to be another one.
They were already kind of talking about a fifth one before, potentially, because I think they were trying to keep certain things under wraps. And I'm like, okay, I could see them milking it, but when I saw part 4, it looked like they did want that to be the end, because it does feel like his arc is complete. I don't know where you could take it from there without rehashing and going back to square one, because his whole arc and his whole end story had closure. It had meaning, and they're just gonna ruin it just because. I mean, I'll probably gonna go watch the next one, but I'm not expecting anything
to see what they
amazing.
do. But it's not like at least they're planning a fifth one like right now, and not being like, oh, he's dead, and then 10 years later they do, oh, he's back. Like at least they're working right away. That's what tells me that the end to the fourth one was a misdirect, 100%. That's why I was like, okay, this could be a good ending for the character, but I know it's not. The way that they cut straight to his gravestone, you don't see anything else. I'm like, nah, he's not dead. They got him somewhere. He's got a new identity. He's getting healed up. He's not dead.
Yeah,
and
but
sure enough,
again,
I'm almost certain that's what's going to happen.
It undoes the impact of the actions he did at the very end of the movie. Not just the dying, but what he did, why he did. It makes sense if he were to die, because again, that you can't. I was already thinking, what are they going to do with the fourth one with him story wise? It's starting to jump the shark, and it's starting to milk. Like the franchise is starting to get milked really bad, and I thought, hey,
the action gets better and better with each movie.
Yeah, that I do give him that. But I'm just like, you hit a ceiling. Sometimes it's like Indiana Jones. Sometimes it's okay to stop. I wish I had that
Yeah.
Filthy Frank soundboard that's like, it's time to stop. It's you had your arc, don't ruin it, because at the end of the day, if you keep going and you fuck it up, everyone's just gonna remember you like the bad movie when you
bad
jump the
movie.
shark,
Yeah.
and no one's
It's like,
gonna.
It was good at the beginning. but
Yeah,
you
I mean,
fucked it up,
just look at how Game of Thrones fell off until House of Dragons. It's like it had all this hype and momentum, and then people just remember the dog shit ending from the last 2 seasons.
Dude, yeah.
Did do a lot better than most revival
Yeah.
spin-off series.
Yeah,
will
but that's
make
what I'm
it.
saying. But
It was
between
genuinely
I have
good.
not
though.
seen the House of Dragon, but it is on my watch list.
yeah, but
So,
between
it's very
between the end of the mainstay show and the House of Dragons, all those year in betweens, people were just dogging on
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
That's true.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like all
And
those.
hearing that the next one was going to be a prequel doesn't really, it's like, oh, what are we going to do? Star Wars prequel this, Hobbit trilogy this. And it's like, no, they actually. I never watched Game of Thrones, but House of the Dragon was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it at some
What?
point. What?
You never watched
Yeah.
Game of Thrones?
That's how good of a show it is. You don't need to have
Okay.
seen Game of Thrones to appreciate how good the
Oh,
writing
no.
Well,
and-
well, I hope
No,
not,
no,
because
no,
it's a
no.
prequel. It comes first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I totally
but not only
get
that,
that.
like all,
but I just
but even all the tie-ins to Game of Thrones, like even though I never watched Game of Thrones, people always talked about it all the time. That I felt like I knew what was going on
Yeah.
each season as it was
Yeah.
airing. I never had HBO, and I didn't feel like torrenting it or buying it to like watch. I was
Yeah,
just
I've
like,
only
I
watched-
hear so much about the
I've only
spoilers
watched
that
a
I was like,
couple
I
of-
knew what houses were what.
I've only
Yeah,
watched a couple
and I-
of episodes from the beginning because them free
same.
trials back in the day, but I never had like you had HBO, and now it's gotten to the point where it's there. But I have so much stuff on the back burner that I haven't gotten around to actually watching it from start to finish.
Want to see
Yeah.
because
I mean,
I don't know how it.
Me and
plays
the
out.
wife are just now going through a marathon of the Harry Potter movies. That's how far behind we are.
what the hell?
You guys have seen them, right?
Well, no. This is the first time we're at the. We stopped halfway through the Half-Blood Prince last night, but we had to go to bed. So we
okay,
did.
which Harry
my
Potter movies have you
God.
seen when they came out?
When
You
they
not
came
watch any
out,
of them?
the first like 2 or 3, and that's it.
Oh, so you never saw the last
Oh
few?
my god.
No, I
That's
never saw-
crazy.
I never saw
I
the
decided
other.
I waited to watch them until the last 2 came out, and the second to last
Dude.
one, which is your next one, Deathly Hallows Part 1, that's my
Yeah.
favorite of all of them. I love that movie.
Yeah,
Alright,
that one
actually-
was actually way right into
Actually,
the book and shit like that.
Mr. Oyman, you're gonna have to go carry this conversation for a second. Let me make sure the wife doesn't put on the other one while we're has Deathly Hollows while we're on here, because she has been
That's
known to
crazy.
start them without me. So I'll be right back.
Damn. But still, though,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Don't miss
Yeah.
that. Now, I've seen all of the Harry Potter movies out of order, though. So I saw the first 2 when they came out,
Aw,
and
yeah.
I didn't. And then I like watched part of the 4th one, and then I saw the 3rd one, and then I saw the end, like the second half of the 6th one, and then went back and watched the 5th one, and then the whole 6th one, and then the 7th and 8th one. So like, and I never read I read the first book, and then most of the 3rd book because I like the story of Prisoner of Azkaban is the most interesting to me.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to reading the rest of the series. It was just like once I saw the movies, I knew how they played out, so I just knew that even though they are well written books, it's just kind of hard for me to.
yeah.
my
I
take
mean,
on
like,
them.
well, after
All right, I'm back.
The Prisoner of Azkaban, it starts to get a little bit darker. So
Yeah.
the story actually gets even more interesting because
That's
even
why
with,
we're
like,
watching.
the Goblet of Fire was like my all-time favorite. It was
Yeah, Goblet of
fucking-
Fire was good too.
But damn, that's
One I
crazy,
hear the
Alex.
most,
Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying them though a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't grow up with them, so I don't have that
Fuck
same
yeah.
admiration. But they're still very well done. The production value, the actors they got are real household
There's great
names,
actors.
and they
Yeah.
do an
Yes.
amazing job.
Pretty
And
fine.
they just really they sell the movie just by how much money they poured into it and getting the right talent behind it. I mean, it makes me even almost want to buy that Hogwarts Legacy game, which I never thought I would.
Dude, yes.
You know,
I
you
bought
know you
it,
got
and it's
binge
so
next
fun.
now, right? Once
What?
you're done with Harry Potter, you got a whole 5 Twilight movies to watch now.
I'll hold off on that.
No, I'm good on that. I watched the first one and I said, "No, this ain't this ain't this ain't it. This ain't it. I can't rock with that. I can't rock with that shit."
You know what though? I will say this: me and Josh hung out, and I got to actually pop one of his movie cherries that he's never seen.
What was that? What movie?
Evil Dead.
Whoa.
It was the Army of Darkness.
Oh, I haven't seen that
hell
one.
yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I've seen all the other ones except for the
that
newest
movie's great.
one and Army of Darkness. It just
Yeah,
looked
Army of
weird,
Darkness.
so I'm
Oh.
like, I'll watch this eventually.
You didn't join us for Evil Dead Rise, right?
What?
Yeah.
About to
No,
say-
no,
yeah,
no.
you saw it with us, but it was Josh,
yes,
JT,
yes, we
and
did.
Johnny. You guys saw it with us.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Rise one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
it's
it.
on my list. It's on my list. So many things on my list. Also on my list, of course, is the TMNT Mutant Mayhem. Which let's see if the trailer's playing in the background of another website in a small screen. If it'll get like
Like
flagged.
you actually, if it won't get you demonetized.
But let's see. What the hell? Why is
It
it not?
does.
Is it frozen? Oh, this shit's behind. Sorry, the playback, the connection on the playback was behind.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys.
You're
could
only
kinda,
going halfway.
Yeah. I'm only doing like 73/4. I scooted it up, and I'm keeping an eye on the thing because you know how that damn YouTube does. Everybody else could do it except the Screen Crusaders. We get flagged. Maybe I've been
I don't know what's up with
maybe
that.
I've been cussing at them too much.
Might be it. You gotta bleep
But it
out
was
the
good
video at
though.
the beginning.
I'm so psyched. I'm so
Yeah,
psyched.
yeah,
Like,
so-
I'm a big TMNT fan. Like, and I'm so fucking psyched. Like, this is gonna be so fucking awesome.
It just looks
And
so
I mean,
fun.
like, I thought I was gonna like, you know, because like I said, like we were talking about reboots and all this shit, and, like you bringing it back. Like, you think like, oh man, come on, another TMNT movie. Like, didn't we have like Megan Fox in the last one? Like that shit sucked. But this is just like a whole new aspect, and the fact that they like did it kind of like the Spider-Verse animation in that sense, like it just gives it just a nice blend to it. So it's still cartoons, but like it's a whole different kind of spin, which is gonna be so fucking cool when we see it. Like, I am super psyched. This one is definitely on one of my books on the day one, where I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go see it when it just comes out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get pre-screenings to that, but if not day one.
Another thing I enjoy about this trailer is that it doesn't have It doesn't have a Shredder as a villain. It has like all these other characters within like the TMNT like universe. All these like cool villains. We can see like a lot of cool. Also, the cast is stacked, and also all the Ninja Turtles are teenagers. Like they cast like 13, 14, 15-year-olds to voice them, and they act all croaky because they're learning about the powers and how to live as a turtle in this modern world.
Well,
So,
and
I'm
they just
looking forward to it.
they just look like they're doing a new spin on the turtles while still maintaining like the actual the turtles themselves, like their personality traits and everything like that. They seem to have done a good balance of, like you said, making them younger, making them look different, making them do things that you wouldn't normally think based on the previous Ninja Turtle movies that we've gotten, especially not those last just terrible things that came out that Mr. Joestar pointed out, that Megan Fox movies. Oh, jeez. Those. Mr. Orman made me watch the first one at his house, and I was so not having a good time. And then for some reason I went back and saw the sequel, which was a little better, but it was still not good. It was jeez. What about you, Mr.
I'll
Oyman?
stick to the original.
After seeing this trailer, that kind of gives us more of an idea of what the plot and such is going to be about. Do you agree with like JT and them that they are giving some of these other characters that haven't seen per se the limelight, or were you hoping to see a new take on Shredder?
Maybe you went to go pee.
Oh, wait, let me see.
I'm here. Who were you asking?
I said Mr.
Asking me or
Oyman.
Johnny.
No. I said Mr. Oyman.
I did not hear Mr. Oyman.
Oh,
Yeah, I like the. Sorry, I was listening. I just didn't hear you say the name.
you're thinking of something.
Yeah, no, I agree. It looks good. I like the energy that this trailer brings and the art style, and we'll see how it turns out. But all I got, it's a trailer, so I can't really judge the movie yet. But I'm looking forward. I want to see it.
No, but did it kind of pique your interest in terms of like, oh, this looks like it's gonna have the right type of comedy that I might be into? The voice cast that we did get to see, did they impress you? Did they just stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really have anything more to add. I'm not as big a turtle fan as y'all, so this does look better than the last few. I kind of thought the Out of the Shadows movie was okay, but this, like I said, I like the art style. I like the energy the trailer brings. We'll see how it turns out.
It's gonna be fucking awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
It'll be to turtle fans what Across the Spider-Verse was for us Spidey fans.
Dude, that too. Like, oh man, I'm so bummed that I haven't seen it, but like, I am like a big Spider-Man fan, like since the beginning, and it sucks because I'm just so fucking tired. Usually on the weekends, I'm just like, well, I just kind of want to sit and chill.
Well, and this one is a longer movie too. It's like 2.5 hours almost, so I could understand if you didn't make the time for it.
That's even better.
But
that's like the best shit, man.
100%.
Yeah, that's even better, man. Because, like, especially if you want more of it. Like, have you realized, like, any movie that you were so into, like, you enjoyed it, like, you watch it, and it just seems like, oh, man, an hour's passed by? I mean, literally, it's been, like, 2.5, maybe, the most. But, like, even, like, with Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, or Star Wars with me, like, I mean, I could just sit there and just watch that shit, like, all day. And even with Harry Potter, oh, my God, that's another one, too. Like, I can do fucking marathons, man. I can do that shit, like, and I do it almost around every Christmas because that's where I don't know what it is, but like HBO has like put that into my head that like Christmas is related to Harry Potter for some weird reason, and I was just like, okay, well, there's Christmas in there for a little bit, but not that long. But I guess it's just because of all the fucking snow. But every time they keep on doing that, so I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I'm gonna rewatch it. Fuck it. But definitely the TMNT new ones are going to be fantastic. Artwork is amazing. Voice actors, I cannot wait because, like, I mean, these are all brand new, right? Brand new kids. Ain't nobody fucking knows anything about them. And, like, that's the thing is just, like, this is where they make it or break it. So we'll see how it goes because, I mean, I totally spaced. And Josh reminded me because we also watched that movie from A24, the mid 90s. If you've ever seen that movie, and that kid is
that's Atreus
Loki.
From God of War.
Yeah. He's Loki from God of War. So like, I was just like, oh yeah, that's right. It totally spaced.
A24 movies. He's a good
actor. And like that's the thing is just like, I mean, if people really enjoyed him, people enjoy them in this stuff. I mean, they have possibilities like that are endless. I mean, I'm still even wondering what the hell happened to the Stranger Things, man. Like when that shit comes back on, I'm turning on my Netflix back on. Like I'm gonna watch that shit. But yeah, I'm just kind of like wondering like what they are going to end up doing next. And I hope they do come out, like, if it's that good, they come out with, like, a second one. So, because it would be kind of nice to see, like, what they do, like, kind of like the Harry Potter thing where they kept everybody that was good and then they kind of just kept on moving up instead of just switching out all these different people. But, yeah, super psyched. Super fucking psyched. Shell shocked.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Bruh.
What?
Oh man. So
oh god.
Moving on, we got our buff chicken nugget over here coming back and like confirming the threat. Confirming the threat that the other buff chicken nugget did. Where
I don't see titles, I see threats.
Yeah, well, remember Vin Diesel was going on threatening us to release another Fast X movie because he's like, did 2 movies, it ain't enough. Well,
it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Surprise! Dwayne the Rock Johnson coming out saying, "Oh yeah, I'm back to the Fast and Furious series. I quashed my beef with Vin Diesel, but it's not going to be a sequel to Hobbs or Shaw, and it's not Fast 11 or 12. He says it's a chapter in between. So the Vin Diesel was not kidding when he said this is now a trilogy. Jesus Christ. It's
Wow, really?
It's
Why,
like
though?
literally the housefly that won't die. Just when you're like, okay, last ride number 25. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, the next one's the last ride. Jeez, are any of y'all gonna be tuning into this?
Is
What?
it just a Hobbs movie? Is
No,
it just a
it-
Hobbs movie then? You said it's not Hobbs and Shaw, but it's a rock movie that happens in between Fast X.
Fast X and yeah,
Fast
but
11.
when he was talking about Vin Diesel about it, it sounds like Vin Diesel is gonna be in it too, probably because they're like, oh, from now on, we're gonna be.
So what the fuck?
Yeah, unless they were talking about another secret project that's actually part of a trilogy, and this is just some sort of demented DLC. It's like, why? Why can't you just leave it?
Dude, no kidding, man. Like, you are right on the dot about that. Like, I mean, about it being like, why is it that like this movie has been like just DLCs that's just from a fucking shitty game that you have to fucking purchase so that you could just be like, oh, it's literally the exact same shit. I might have gotten a new suit, but it still outranks everybody else. Like, what the fuck, dude?
I read a headline over the weekend that made me laugh so hard. It was like, it was Vin Diesel is mad that everyone was praising Jason Momoa and Fast X, and that everyone was like, it was like taking the limelight away from him. It was just, I laughed so fucking hard when I read that. Like, I guess it was because of the picture that they put with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, no,
Like, yeah, of course.
it said that he
was
hate.
talking about me because he never gets beat up in these movies. He never does anything bad happen to him. He doesn't have any kind of character or struggles or anything objectives other than like family, you know. But like now here comes Jason Momoa actually injecting some kind of fun into the movie, and then he's mad because people are actually talking about that.
Well, I think he was trying to spin it as like, oh, our movie got bad reviews and got this because Jason Momoa was acting like a clown in the movie, and they wanted to see something good. And I'm like,
reason people like it.
Yeah, it's the only reason. I mean, not for the good reasons, but
You should just stick to being Groot, and that's it.
No. Wait.
All right, so in the same article, while I'm seeing Vin Diesel and The Rock and Fast 27 on screen, I also get a fucking advertisement for consideration of Miss Marvel as for the Emmys. God, She-Hulk, you want to come out of the fucking closet too somewhere? Hell no, man. I'm getting off of this page. Let's bring back the bulletin board.
I hope so.
Let's bring back the bulletin. No, bulletin board. Moving on. Let me exit out.
Come out with like a green bikini and
all
this good stuff.
Oh yeah.
She-Hulking it up, baby. Fucking Amazonian love.
All right.
That snoo.
So we're moving on.
Got Josh dying over there.
He's been dying for like the past 5 minutes, man. Ever since when you said that the Fast and Furious series is a DLC. But
moving on.
Yeah. So Nolan's finally getting a rated R film since what, Mr. Oyman? When was his last rated R?
Insomnia.
Holy shit, the Al Pacino movie?
Early 2000s.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That was a Nolan movie, and I remember you had the same reaction when I told you. You're like, what the fuck? That movie with Al Pacino? That's a Nolan movie?
Yeah.
His last
I didn't know that was
R-rated movie.
No shit.
Before that, it was Memento. And then everything since then...
The Irishman?
No, that's Martin Scorsese. Yeah, that's not Nolan,
Scorsese.
Yeah. No, you said the last rated R movie that Al Pacino was
Insomnia.
In. No. That Nolan directed.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
Why the hell is it getting rated R anyways? Let me see.
Because Oppenheimer hangs dong.
Ah, jeez.
Give me dong in this movie.
Oh man.
Dong aplenty.
We're gonna see the PP blinders.
You're gonna go to Barbie and be like, oh, not enough genitalia in my movie. go watch Oppenheimer, movie about the creation of the atom bomb, and then ba-bomb, peen.
Oh
Yeah, you're gonna see his
that's
open
right,
asshole.
right,
That's a bomb. He's gonna let one rip. Holy no, not like this. Not like this.
No, 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 no. Wait.
So,
Wait.
a lot of people thought, oh, it's a
So-
Nolan movie. It'll do really well. If it's R-rated and it's 3 hours long, 3-hour long R-rated movies don't have the best track record at the box office lately.
No.
So,
But I
I think
mean,
Barbie's gonna destroy this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised. But it
I
just
mean,
it depends. It
I'm
We'll
not
go
depends.
gonna
check
lie.
it out for sure, but
Well, that brings a
although
question.
here,
Barbie.
That's a question.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Which one are you guys gonna go see first? Like they both come out the same day. Forget like a pre-screening or something like that. Which ones are you, the panel, gonna go see first, and why?
I'll start. I will go and see Barbie because
Yeah.
one, Margot Robbie isn't the lead. She is
Yeah.
fine. Trust me, guys.
Yeah.
She is fine.
Smash.
She's
And number
fine.
two, she is fine. But also another thing is that this movie is directed by Greta Gerwig, who did Lady Bird, who did Little Woman, and like she's
This is
a
hot.
great person who knows how to do character development. So there's gonna be a lot of character development in this movie. It's gonna be a lot of bright colors. Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling played as Ken. John Cena is in this movie. Dua Lupe is in this movie. All these Barbies, all these
John
Kens,
Cena.
Michael Cera.
Oh, God.
So it's
I
gonna
didn't know
be
that
awesome.
either. I didn't know
Yes.
that either.
Yes, he is. And also, like, Will Ferrell's going to be, like, the Hasbro CEO who kind
President
of...
business.
Mattel.
went to the
Mattel.
business, AKA, like, AKA, like, the Lego movie sort of thing. But,
Yes
it's
and
going
no.
to be, like, a go fresh out of water. It's going to be popping with color, a lot of pink, a lot of spectacle, while, like, Oppenheimer's
Yeah.
going to be more, like, serious 3-hour movie. I mean, if it's between the two, I would like to see Barbie, like, first,
Yeah.
you know?
All right.
At least I
What
have
about
somebody
you,
to go
Technic
with.
Morty?
Well, we'll have to ask Mr. Joestar because he seems to agree. I want to hear what his reasoning
go
is.
ahead.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I totally agree. Like, I wasn't really even thinking about it because I just thought it was like the stupidest shit in the world. But then I actually really looked at the trailer and I was just like, okay, well, it just seems like it's like there's something of a twist that happens in there because it just seems like, oh, like everything's nice and pretty, but then there's like a dark side to it, and I
There's
don't
a
know what it
sinister
is.
undertone.
Yeah, like, and
Yeah.
like I'm just kind of like, I wonder what the fuck that means, because like there's like some scenes even with Ryan Gosling where he's talking to some buff dude or whatever, and he's just like kind of undertoning something, and I'm just kind of like, huh, I wonder if there's some shit's gonna happen. It's like, I'm gonna take your fucking head off. Like, I don't know, but like, isn't it like based on like the thing where like somebody else is in the outside, like the Lego movie where somebody is like a girl's playing with the Barbies and that's what she sees or something?
I don't know. I haven't seen the
Because-
latest
Right, I'm
trailer.
jumping off.
I only
I'm
seen
jumping
the
off.
teaser trailer.
Really?
But yeah, like I mean, as far as it goes, like I mean, I thought it looked kind of interesting, and I really want to see this. And I guess I'm gonna go with you, Josh. We're gonna go see this Barbie movie. We'll bring Rachel to like to level out the playing field so people don't think we're gay or something. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as it goes, like Margot Robbie, definitely a hottie. Still,
Oh yeah.
was she in Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh yeah.
She
How could you
was.
forget?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah,
How
that was
could you
it.
forget?
Yeah. No, that's where my interest peaked. Where I was like, oh God, you lady.
Everything, down to the last minute detail.
But yeah, but as far as it goes, like I am actually really excited for Barbie. I did see the trailer for that Atom Bomb one, and like it looks cool,
Yeah, it
but
looks interesting.
like not necessarily where I would just be like, oh yeah, like I want to see like
Rush out and see it.
yeah, it's just. Yeah, history stuff, like it's not as great. But whenever what sucks is like those movies whenever you have nothing to do and maybe somebody else put it on, you actually watch it, and then that's when you're like, oh shit, this was a good movie.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's so true.
Yeah, because like I forgot the one with what's his name, Cumberbatch, the one where he was like the first telemarket thing for the computer or some shit like that, and he was
what's
like
it,
gay.
the intimidation,
Yeah.
imitation.
He played Alan Turing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that movie, but like my dad had it on, and like he was just putting in. I was like on my Nintendo, and then I just started looking at it, and I was like, "What are they trying to figure out?" And then it's like, "Oh, they're trying to figure out the codes from like the bad guys and all this shit." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, okay,
Create
interesting,
the first
interesting."
computer.
So that's where like I was just like, "Oh, interesting. Okay, so they're really trying to go for it," and it was like taboo for something. I don't know. Oh, because he was gay, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But like they finally figured it out after trying to crack it for so long, and like I was like, damn man, this was a really good fucking movie. Like I was like, I had no interest of like watching this shit like in an earlier time, which sucks.
Yeah, I only saw
'Cause-
that because my family took me to it.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like that's the thing is just like even my brother, like I will say like one of the ones that I was so fucking happy that my brother did mention, and like he's just like, yeah, we're gonna go to the movies, let's go. No, he's just like, oh, well, I asked him what movie are we gonna watch, and he's like, oh, we're gonna watch this movie called The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. And I was just like, that sounds so stupid. Like, what the fuck am I
It was
gonna be
great.
watching this? Dude, yes, it was. It is
my
actually one of
birthday.
my top. Yeah, it is one of my top favorite ones.
Is that
And
the
I
one
was
where
like,
the dude
holy
goes
shit, dude.
gets like young
Yeah.
or some shit like that, and that he's like an old man?
That's
And,
yeah.
oh,
I
He
thought it
was
was so
born-
good.
He was born as an old man, and then he
Aged
digressed. Yeah, he aged
To a
backwards.
child.
Yeah,
As he became a
Which-
child, he started like in dementia and shit. It was really
Yeah.
interesting.
as a baby. So like, yeah, it was. Which it's not necessarily dementia. Like, I mean, if you think about it in an aspect of like backwards,
What
it's
kids are.
just yeah, that's what kids are.
wait,
so,
wait,
Like old people forget how to
But-
brush their teeth. You're teaching a kid
But
how
did
to
he-
brush its teeth.
did he
but it
come
looks like
out
an old man.
full size old man?
No, he came
So-
out like an old wrinkly baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he just kind of got big. He just kind of got big after
Yeah.
a couple of months.
He was
Like
a
he just
child-sized
got
old man.
yeah.
That sounds weird. I never got around to
Yeah.
see it. I know it's like Brad Pitt, I'm pretty sure, but I just
Yeah.
never saw
Yeah.
it.
I think Blanchett.
It's funny because like he gets taken to a whorehouse like when he's like a little kid because some guys like you've never been with a woman. He's like,
Like, you
nope,
ever been to a woman? And he's like, nope. And he's like 10 years old or something.
Yeah, and then he take him to a whorehouse, and then like all the chicks are like, "Oh my god, he has so much energy!" Like I don't know where he gets it from.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, I
So
saw that with
funny,
my
dude.
parents. That was a little
Yeah.
bit awkward. I remember that.
It was good though.
Wanted to
Definitely,
see that movie.
yeah,
Alright.
definitely one of the tops.
Well, I want to hear from our cinema file here, Mr. Oyman.
Mhm.
Which one are you going to first, and why?
Yes,
No,
please.
which one are you going to first? Because you definitely haven't seen either of these movies.
Well, I can't answer that because unfortunately, I can't tell you which one if
So,
it was mind blowing
I
or
will go
not.
then. So yeah,
But,
if
yeah.
I were to pick now, I am a big Christopher Nolan fan. I love Tenet.
Exactly.
I love Inception. Batman Begins. You know, Prestige. All those movies. All those movies are great. I've seen every single Nolan movie. Now Oppenheimer. I am very curious to see it. I love 3-hour-long movies. I like some biopics, not all biopics. It's not my go-to genre, but if it's a good biopic, I'll watch it. And the fact that Nolan is doing, I guess really the only biopic he did before was Dunkirk, which was not a narratively structured movie. It was just sort of like showing 3 different events, one after the other, that are all a part of the same war. So I don't really know. Normally I would be in the cinephile I am. I would go see both of these opening day and do a double feature, but
Yeah, but
don't
one of
think
them
I
has
could
to
do
be
that.
first.
And-
One of them has
exactly
to be
one of
first.
them. One of them's going to be a
Barbie,
3-hour movie. One of them's
Barbie.
not going to be a 3-hour movie.
Barbie.
Hell, I'll make the
I've
choice for you.
avoided-
No.
I have
do-
avoided
do-
the trailers for
do-
both as best as I can.
do Oppenheimer
so-
because let's say you watch Barbie first in the evening and then you have to catch a late showing of Oppenheimer. Like what if it drags? You're gonna fall
Exactly.
asleep, man. You need to watch the
Exactly.
long one first.
I'm saying, if I'm gonna do a double feature, I'm gonna do what I did when I saw Beau is Afraid, and then after that followed it up with Evil Dead Rise, which was like an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh,
So
you
I
did? Holy shit!
I might actually go see Oppenheimer first, get out of the way, catch like a 4 o'clock showing. It ends at about 7:30, and then go catch like an 8 o'clock or an 8:30 showing of Barbie, which will
Colorful
be
movie. Like,
2 hours?
Pink. Apparently, they had like a pink national pink paint shortage or some shit like that because.
Oh
of
yeah,
that movie.
heard about that.
Yeah.
So, since mine got already chosen for me, and I can't disclose what, I'll go ahead and on the screen we have there's a question for me. For my consideration, is Ms. Marvel Emmy worthy? No.
She-Hulk is worthy.
Okay, I
So-
see now.
So what?
Absolutely, it's the best Marvel show to ever
Oh,
come out
Jesus
ever. Give it all the Emmys.
So live from the screen, or from live on the scene, Mr.
Live on the
Oyman.
scene.
We got a
Kind of
thing.
funny.
We have
If
a
you look
thing
at
for
that
the-
image on the screen right now, to the right of the middle Barry Allen, the blurred out girl kind of looks a little bit like Miss Marvel over there to the right. Like they
Oh,
look
she
like
kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
same person there.
How many Miss Marvel ads are there going to be on here? Jesus Christ. Anyways,
Yeah, wait, click zoom out. I want you to zoom out as much as you can on the page. I want to see those banners, those beautiful. Oh my God, still going. Wait, keep going, keep scrolling down.
there's two more. There's two more. There's another one. 1, 2. Oh, this one follows you. This one follows.
And 2 on the.
4, 5, 6,
Wow.
7. There's one at the top. There's one at.
They really pushing out. It's because they know
Jeez.
She-Hulk has no chance, so they're trying to get it with
And the
you know,
background
they're pushing
too.
Miss Marvel.
The
Yeah, in
background.
the background. In the top.
It's the biggest
Standing
piece of
limited
dog
screen,
shit.
instantly captivating, a compelling, smart, and poignant coming-of-age story.
Oh, jeez.
Smart, no.
Well, speaking
Compelling,
of
not really.
well, I guess it's not a coming of age story, but Mr. Oyman, we got the Flash article on the thing saying director's like, if we come back, no one else can replace Ezra Miller. Well, guess what, Andy? You don't get to make that call because that's above your pay grade. But talking about the Flash, Mr. Oyman, tell us your first impressions about the movie, and what could we kind of expect quality-wise as far as this movie goes?
Well,
Complete dog shit.
I actually don't know what to even. This is kind of weird seeing a movie that even I don't know what to expect quality-wise, because the movie I saw was
Wow.
Was rough.
Ooh.
Was it like that thumbnail?
Like, never-
The thumbnail. Did you see that? Hold on. Let me see if I could find the. Let me see if I could find the picture. Let me see. Media source.
Really, I have so many thoughts on this movie. I don't know where to begin. I'm just
So like your mind basically popped
well,
up the
I-
old Windows like paperclip, and it's like, do you need
pretty
help?
much, pretty much, because I've heard so many conflicting things about the final cut of this movie and how it's gonna end, and how unfinished the visual effects are. So this movie heavily relies on special effects and CGI. There's a lot of it throughout the whole fucking movie. The last,
Damn.
actually, every single DCEU movie, even the crappy
Yeah.
Justice League, have all had pretty decent, some amazing visual effects. They all have. Now, when they told us that, hey, yeah, this movie, they told us before the movie started, hey, look, this movie isn't completely finished, it's still being worked on, just keep that in mind. I was like, okay, I'm sure there will be a handful of VFX shots that look a little shoddy, maybe some editing, but when I tell you that the entire movie looks like trash, oh my God.
Oh
And-
no.
To be honest, the new trailer that came out, it hides it pretty well. It sells it, like, you can still tell everything's very CGI-ish, but it's done in a way where it's like it's cut up, so you're not watching these sequences just play out, and they look like a freaking video game, an unfinished, not fully rendered video game, and it is so
no.
distracting and really takes away from a lot of what made the movie work. Now, this is just the version that I saw. Maybe when it finally comes out, it'll magically 3 weeks later look way better, because the version they showed us might have been an old cut, an old, like assembled cut of the movie from last year or something. If that's the case, then okay. But from what I'm seeing coming out, I'm like, nah, these visuals don't look like they're all that much better than what I saw. But normally I wouldn't care, you know, movies more than just visual effects. But it'd be like watching Avatar 2, and the whole thing looks not fully finished rendered. There's no like shading or weight or lighting to anything. It just all looks very like work in progress still. Very early 2000s. That's how this entire Flash movie is. And part of me is kind of like, I don't really see how it could look that much. I could be wrong, but from what I'm seeing in the ads, I'm like, I feel like what we saw is what we're going to get, with the exception of like some stuff at the very end of the movie I won't go into. The way it was cut and showed to us was noticeably like, okay, that's definitely not going to look like that in the final version. That is completely not finished at all. But that being said, all that being said, it's a pretty good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It's a good Flash movie. It had a pretty solid script, not all the way great, but it's also kind of been there, done that in terms of these whole time travel multiverse stories. We've been getting a shit ton of them lately. I don't feel like this one brings anything new to the table whatsoever, but it does deliver like a well-paced. It's the whole movie is well-paced. It's got some really funny moments, some very cringy moments, and I feel like Ezra Miller was probably the best that he's been as this character yet, which isn't saying much, because he still doesn't really deliver the emotional scenes all that well. But he does have pretty good comedic timing, admittedly. As much as I can't stand the guy, I gotta give credit where it's due. There are some moments that really did work because of his acting, which is why they're trying to like, you know, say, oh, we're not replacing him, we're keeping him on. I'm like, no, dude's got to go. The dude's a fucking menace to society. And some of that, knowing that about the actor, makes certain moments in this movie really work, because you know that Ezra is a real-life menace. So it kind of makes certain things that younger Barry does really, really funny because of that. But man, I'm a huge Michael Keaton Batman fan, and I loved what we got, and that's the only reason people are going to this movie. And if you go for Michael Keaton Batman, that's what you like. You get a good amount of them without him overtaking the movie from Flash, because it is a Flash movie after all. It's not like, you know, it's not like people are saying like, oh, it's just Batman Flashpoint, or it's just a Batman movie that they're trying to disguise as like no, not really. Like Batman and Supergirl are in there, and they do provide an important part to the story, and the way that they included them, I actually really liked that. I thought that was pretty well portrayed and well written and well felt like reading a comic book, but translated to a movie. Very, very like, okay, yeah, I could see why the movie was getting a lot of praise because of the script, because the script is pretty solid.
Well,
it's
yeah,
just,
but would you say it warrants
so,
the praise? Do you think it is what DC needs right now?
I gotta see how the final movie turns out, because depending on how the movie ends, there's at least like they said that there's about anywhere from 5 to like 15 minutes that are going to be in the final version that were not in the version that they showed us, and that really could change the movie along with actual polished visual effects. If the movie has all that, then yeah, I do think that this could be a hit for DC, but I can't really say without seeing it. So it's kind of weird. It's like I feel like I saw a really, really long work in progress trailer for the movie, even though I did see the whole thing, and I know how how everything's going to go story wise. That may be the ending, but either way, it's about on par with Shazam 2 and Man of Steel, I guess. I mean,
man, I just recently saw that. It was good.
Which one? Shazam 2?
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten
like
a chance to see
that's kind of
it.
how the Flash is. It's nothing, nothing amazing. It's definitely nowhere near like the best superhero movie. I don't know what James Gunn is thinking, saying it's one of his favorite movies ever.
He has to say that because I mean he's trying to market,
but
he's ahead of that shit now. What's he gonna say?
Yeah.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
He ain't gonna say that.
All I'm saying is that I'm glad I saw it before I saw Across the Spider-Verse, because it just doesn't hold a candle to that movie. So that's all I'm going to say. I feel sorry for everyone who's going to... I think it coming out after Spider-Verse is really going to hurt it. People are probably more going to be just checking out Transformers and Spider-Verse before going to see Flash. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
Michael Keaton Batman is a big selling point.
Man, who knows? Like this movie, yeah, it's coming off of like the hot streak of Guardians and Across the Spider-Verse as two like highly regarded movies, comic book movies that people are saying like, oh hey, maybe comic book movies are turning a new leaf, and I have a feeling this one's gonna put it back into like the.
Well, it's even funnier is a lot of people saying, oh, what DC's finally stepping it up. Marvel's been flailing lately. I'm like, lately, between Shazam and Flash, which I like both these movies, but they are not in the same league as Guardians or Spider-Verse.
Okay, so
okay.
What you
I
saw?
have to say something here.
Hold on, before you get onto your take, so Mr. Oyman, what you did see, which one of these ratings would you give?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It's all right. Like
Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute detail.
Which one would you give? Homelander perfect?
It's alright. It's alright. It's pretty good. It's a Flash movie.
I mean, it's all right. Like
There you go. So live from the
definitely
scene.
worth watching for sure.
Live from the
Even
scene.
and if the movie does end up looking like complete biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen in my life, if it does look like that in the end, then that's even more reason to watch it because it'll be fun.
I don't know. From what you've told me about it, Jesus, I don't know if I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Babies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Josh, what you had to say?
What you had to say,
Yeah,
JT?
yeah. What do you have to say, JT?
Listen, I am excited about the Flash movie. I know that I'm on that side of TikTok where like everybody thinks the Flash is going to be like the best super movie of all time. I don't believe in that shit whatsoever because I kind of know because I know it as a DC fan, like the lies that we've been
DC
telling
fans
ourselves
deserve better. I'll say that much.
of how like how everything is. It won't be Volume 3, of course, and it won't be Across the Spider-Verse, of course, and it won't be like biggest box office. But at least DC is putting out a movie that can compete in Marvel in the month of June, right? Because we had Volume 3, and like this past weekend we had Across the Spider-Verse, which is technically a Sony/Marvel film, and so but. It's the Flash. I am looking forward to it. I am going to watch it in theaters. I won't be scared, and I'm probably going to watch it opening weekend. And
don't go opening night. You never know who's going to shoot up a theater. It could be Ezra himself.
Oh God,
Ezra they
and I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch it with my own two eyes, and I'm going to judge for myself.
Definitely.
Will it be a piece of dog shit? Maybe.
I don't
be all right.
know. I have no idea.
Will it be perfect?
You got to see the final version.
Because it's DC. But all I can say is I am ready. And Marvel, look, I get it. Volume 3 was a hit. Everybody loved that movie. But James Gunn's gone, people. Just like, you guys had your own problem to deal with.
Marvel has nothing
Spider-Mans, with all like the Kang and Secret Wars and all that jazz. Oh, just shut up, please. I don't want to listen to that crap because you guys just are so annoying.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Okay. You know what's so weird?
Anyway, I am looking forward to see the Flash movie. I really am.
I'm too.
Yeah. So it'd be kind of cool. Definitely. But I am. Yeah, I am. So.
But you, Tex-Mex Maury?
I just have to get it out there because I am so pissed off of this whole Marvel and DC nonsense that I'm like, DC. I know what DC has to offer, and it's not good. It's not good at all. I know what Marvel has to offer. It's pretty good. It's awesome. It's great. I kind of know the distinction between both studios. I just want.
It's Marvel right there. Best show of the year.
Oh God!
I kind of just want some respect of both studios' names, please.
Hey, I still find it funny though. I'm still waiting. Back in what was it, 2015, before Civil War and BVS and all that came out, and I just remember those DC fans. They were like, "Oh, here it comes! Here it comes! Man of Steel should have been it, but the tidal wave that's gonna wash away Marvel is BVS." And I'm still waiting.
I think this movie will perform similarly to Man of Steel. I think it'll make around the same ballpark in terms of worldwide box office. But we'll see. If the visuals still look like shit when the movie comes out, that will hurt it, because overseas markets aren't going to keep going back to see a superhero movie that looks like garbage. They'll keep going to see Spider-Verse instead, even Transformers. So we'll see. I'm reserving judgment. I am excited, and I'm super excited for people to see it, because there is a lot of fun shit in the movie.
Those overseas markets do like those Transformers and Fast and Furious movies more than they like those superhero movies. That's for sure. So, I mean, there's still going to be Fast and Furious and Transformers in the box office whenever this thing comes out. So, we'll see how it performs overseas. In the U.S.,
Fast and Furious.
I think it's going to have a decent opening. I don't think it's going to have much legs, the strong legs that the Flash needs. No, actually, pun intended.
Pun intended. I think Ezra himself, I don't know how many people are going to boycott it because of him. Like, I really don't know what the public awareness is for that actor. So I feel like lately it almost seems like the people who are mad at him are feeling like people are forgetting about it, because the studio has been so like, oh, he's so great, he's so wonderful, we're going to keep him around as Flash, we're going to do it. We already wrote a sequel. They literally already wrote The Flash 2. I just learned that today.
Yeah, but they had
people
that
are mad at Ezra are trying to like keep it known in the public eye that this dude's a piece of shit. We need to get rid of him.
I think that's more of just like clickbait with the whole thing, because the script for Superman 2 was already in the writing too, and look where that got us. I mean,
that's just trying to create hype for the movie. They already gave away some of the best cameos in this movie, so if you can try to avoid spoilers for the Flash, I would.
The director's out there saying shit on the interwebs.
We'll just keep it at that. But some of you already know, but that's all right. If you don't, try to stay away from it. It's just a few more weeks away. I'm very, very curious to see how that ends up looking in the final version. It could be as different. Honestly, the 15 minutes that they could add to this movie, or cut and take out and rework, it could be the difference between Justice League and Snyder Cut's Justice League.
Really?
It could be that big of a difference. So we will see.
With only 15 minutes at most added? Wow.
Well, maybe. Well, in terms of 15 minutes. And like the movie looking finished could make the difference between what I saw 2 weeks ago and how the final version will look. Because a lot of this movie is about the visual presentation of it. And if the visual presentation is like way outdated and unappealing, it honestly killed certain emotional moments that should have worked stronger, but because they looked like garbage, it was hard to buy into what was going on.
Yeah, PS2.
PS2 graphics, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, PS2 graphics.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. So we'll just see. What
isn't the Flash like his arch nemesis? Like, what's his name?
Flash?
Boomerang? No,
like
Captain
Boomerang. Yeah, Captain Boomerang's one of his.
Why do I picture like Ezra like going into like like instead of like shooting people, he has like boomerangs or something? Like, he just starts
to stop him from being a terrorist instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, our last topic for tonight, we have the Across the Spider-Verse and more news that comes out. Which ones do you guys want to tackle first? Our brief impressions?
Let's do the news first. We'll save the review for last.
All right. So Spider-Man producers, according to Variety and other outlets, tease live-action Miles Morales movie happening. I guess it was Amy Pascal. Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, we're working on a Spider-Woman movie that's coming out soon. Here it is. Sooner than expected. Then also they said the movie with Tom Holland, Spider-Man 4, surprise, surprise, is in the works, but it had to be on pause due to the writer's strike, which marks even another thing. I think Blade, Thunderbolts, Spider-Man, and some other thing have actually been affected by this at this point.
And Deadpool 3 is still filming though.
Yeah, they
being
said
able to ad-lib.
Yeah, they said fuck it. Like, I mean, they could literally have make jokes about shit like that, and who knows? Well, they'll probably come up with something.
They could always wait till the strike and then go back and do reshoots. There's plenty of time. The movie's way over a year away.
And then, of course, like I said, though, they do seem to be planning a live-action Miles Morales, which does make it interesting. Is it going to be a different version? Is it going to be like how is it going to tie in more to this universe that they're making, or is it going to tie more to the MCU universe? What what do you guys think you could see them doing in terms of where they lean towards? Do you guys think they're going to play it like we already got our shit together with this animated thing, and we're going to just do this and have the live action be MCU, or do you guys think it's just going to be one of the variants of Miles Morales that's in the leaning more towards the Spider-Verse?
Depends how Beyond the Spider-Verse ends, I suppose.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because, like, I mean, if so, are they thinking about bringing Tom Holland into the Spider-Verse?
Oh no,
we don't know yet.
We don't know.
Oh, we'll see. Like, that shit would be pretty tight.
People think no because he's Disney's, but also,
well, yes and no. He's still Sony's.
Tom Holland Spider-Man's the version you see. Yeah, but the Tom Holland Spider-Man specifically is who you see at Disney World. That's the version that Disney.
They also
like they share him with Sony, but Sony not having him in their movies, their animated movies, means that they can put all of their other Spider-Man movie references in these animated ones without Disney having to get any of the profit. As soon as they put Tom Holland in there, then no matter how small it is, Disney's like, all right, pay up, Sony.
Yeah.
So they're kind of avoiding it. But who knows? We'll have to see how the next one ends. I've heard rumors that Tom Holland is in it, but it was rumors.
I mean, but they're technically like the fact that this is a multiverse now on both ends. It basically they coexist through, like, let's say, it's kind of hard to explain, but they basically have a key that master key. There you go, a master key that could be like, oh hey, they opened up the gate and now he could go in. It makes it really easy.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm aware though, Disney only gets the profits to the toys. So I mean, I'm pretty sure that Sony would be like, all right, we'll put them in our movie and make $1 gazillion because of it, and you guys sell toys and make money yourselves too. So, and they probably will work out a deal to be like,
and mine.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at them right now. All this money I spend.
Yeah. So it's a win-win. And then I mean, Sony
Disney.
has them by the balls too, because they're so thirsty to use Tom Holland one that they're like helping with the games and such like that. I mean, we're getting Insomniac Spider-Man 2 on the PS5 this year. Which, funny enough, you actually see in this latest movie, you see like small gameplay of it in like the very background of that. I'm like, oh hey, that's not in Spider-Man 1 the game, so that must be Spider-Man 2.
That's a PS5 he's playing, so that's definitely
yeah.
So cool.
So I personally am excited to see where all this goes. I would definitely want to see what a live action Miles Morales looks. What I will say, though, is that I don't expect it to be as good as these animated ones because, I mean, we've seen Tom Holland and we've seen these animated ones, and they could get a lot more creative and they could get a lot more, dynamic when it comes to their action sequences, their web slinging. I mean, I'll go straight into, like, kind of quasi-review on my end by pointing out one.
Let's jump into it.
Yeah, I'll point out one of the good ones that kind of ties in. What?
Then I'm gonna go.
Well, hold on.
We're not going to do any spoilers. No references, no Easter eggs. Just brief overview.
I mean, if we decide to go spoilers, I'll do that. But what's it called? Right now, I'm just gonna say comparison.
Back down, JT. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, JT, you better calm down.
This is more like what I'm saying in terms of I'm not going to go nitty-gritty yet, but I will say what I did enjoy that I even told my wife and JT when I saw it is that even though it didn't quite hit as much as I was hoping for me, there's still aspects of it that will always beat the live action Spider-Man movies, because even when the Tobey Maguire or the Andrew Garfield ones had really cool web slinging action or stuff like that, we never get as cool as we do in these two Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse movies. We get some of the coolest shots.
Animated.
Well, yeah, but like I'm saying, some of these shots you could do in live action. They just don't bother
but
to
the creativity there is in animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're very right.
Yeah, like we don't get many upside down shots where you see them and they like flip the environment upside down as you're following these characters. They're able to get into
Following
more
them
dynamic
through
poses.
the city all in one take. Like they do a bit of that with the Sam Raimi ones, but they do it more in the anime.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they obviously that's one plus about that. No matter what these animated ones are, they always seem to knock it out of the park in that aspect. And that's what I'm hoping at one point we get in the live action ones. But I'm not holding my breath onto that. But I'll go ahead and let you, Mr. Oyman, kind of give your initial thoughts and what did this movie do for you?
Give him a chubby.
Okay. Well, first off, the first time I saw it, and yeah, I've seen it twice. First time I saw it, I was I've had a couple beers beforehand, and what made it harder to really appreciate the movie was theater. The dialogue was so goddamn quiet, I could hardly make out what people were saying. Now, I just thought this was because I saw it in a crappy small town theater. I was like, oh, they didn't turn the volume up. My dad asked me, hey, can you tell them to turn the volume up? So I did. And then I find out over the weekend, oh, that's like a bunch of theaters had that problem with this movie.
Yeah, ours did
mixed
too.
at a 7, and they had everything set to a 5. And a lot of theaters didn't get the memo, or Dolby theaters had it mixed weirdly to where the sound effects and music were way overpowering the dialogue. So because of that, I was sort of just watching the movie just to kind of see how it played out, but I couldn't really pay attention to it. I couldn't really get suckered into it because it wasn't a very big theater or anything. So that being said, I saw it again last night in IMAX. Holy moly. This might be one of my favorite movies of all time. It might be my favorite Spider-Man movie. It might be my favorite comic book movie. It might be my favorite animated movie. I think what this movie does, it broke so much ground. To me, in my opinion, it broke so much ground of what an animated movie can be that I honestly don't know what else to say. I'm kind of speechless. I really just want to see it again. I really want to see the next one. I want to watch all 3 of them back to back. I mean, I love Spider-Man, and what this movie did, it made me feel like I was watching a Spider-Man movie for the first time. Much like the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire did. Like, it did that for me. And I love Into the Spider-Verse. Nobody was expecting it to be as good as it was. It was a nice surprise. And so, because of how great it was, we were all, very hyped to see this new one. But if you really watch the second one, Across the Spider-Verse, especially if you do know how it plays out and you know what to expect, when you go back and rewatch it, there's so much thought and care and passion in every frame, and every, even the dialogue, the script was great. Like, it just had all of these. The reason why it's a longer movie than the first one is because they really let the characters have human moments. They let moments breathe, which, with the first movie, it was a very fast-paced, kind of had this kinetic energy about it, and it did have a couple of slower moments, but I like that they dialed that up a little bit in this second one, while also having so many different kinds of animation styles just blending in at once, and really kind of taking what the characters were going through on screen and just demonstrating what they were feeling through the use of pastels in the background, or how the lighting and the lighting of the scene was. The colors in this movie were just they were outstanding. I can't even go into it all the way. There's just so much. And of course, all of the Spider-Man Easter eggs and references were all great. There's so many of them. That'll make the movie really fun to watch. But yeah, of course, the movie doesn't have a true conclusion. It does set up the next part. So because of that, it could feel a little bit unsatisfying because you're like, what? That's it? Huh? You're gonna end it there? But again, once you get that out of the way and you know that where this movie's ending, I actually think the ending really does work for this movie, and it really does end it in a very important at a very important point in the story, especially for where both of the main characters, being Gwen and Miles, where those two characters are, like not just figurative or literally, but figuratively where those characters are in terms of what they've been experiencing. I mean, there's so much that this movie does, and it's a goddamn masterpiece. I fucking love this movie.
Damn, I gotta go watch this shit.
All right.
Oh,
So,
man.
so I'll go before JT because JT's probably going to end on a happier note too. Me personally, I thought it was just all right.
Of course.
I must have seen a different movie.
A hard critic.
No, it's just I had really high hopes for this movie, and maybe that's what the issue was.
Watch it again, and you'll know what we're all seeing.
But because watching it again is not going to change the issues I had with it. And the main issue is that bigger isn't always better, and that's where, like, everybody, I will say the animation styles were really pretty, but I feel like it had too much going on at any given time at some portions of it, to where it looked like it didn't know what it wanted to do. It was juggling a bunch of stuff, and some of the stuff's both characters and story elements.
Disagree. Holy shit! This movie knew exactly what it wanted to be. Time.
Some of these elements, like some characters and some stuff like that, kind of took a back seat. And
like what?
I mean, the main bad guy, he just was like, okay, I'm here, I'm out, I'm here. Oh, by the way, a good portion of the movie, I'm not even around anymore. And yeah, it's gonna probably play into the next movie. But that's where I don't like. I was hoping that this movie doesn't fully resolve the thing, but I was hoping it was less of a cliffhanger move, ending type of deal, because I was hoping we would at least get a beginning, middle, and end, similar to let's say Empire Strikes Back or Infinity War and stuff like that, where you could watch it on its own, and even if you don't want, let's say you die tomorrow, you don't wonder where that was gonna lead. You get some sort of conclusion, even if it's not a 100% conclusion. This one was more like a 50-50 conclusion. It did reach a certain point, but it didn't completely. Again, if let's say you something happens, the writer's strike never gets fixed, stuff like that, or this movie never comes out, it gets Toy Story 2'd where the files accidentally get deleted or something. If we never get to see that other conclusion, we don't get an actual full story here per se. And I feel
you're right.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the main issues I had with it. Granted,
that's why it's meant to be watched with the second part, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
part
but
one and part two it was a money, but
again,
you know what it felt like? It was like watching half of a season of animated TV. It felt like, think about it, if an average animated television episode is 20 minutes. This movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's what, 6 or 7 episodes of TV, and then the next movie will be another 6 or 7. It's about 12 to 14 episodes of in a season. So it was kind of like watching half a season of TV. But what we did get was
yeah, it was still. I thought it was.
I've seen.
I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was good in moments, but I don't know. I had too much high expectations for it, and I feel like some of the character beats hit. Some of the character beats did hit for me. Others just felt like either they were just rehashing, and that's another problem I had with it from the beginning, and even 30 minutes in, and even a little bit more. We're still rehashing stuff from the first movie or from the beginning of this movie. It's okay,
no, they're just expanding on what was set up in the first one, like with Miles and his parents and Gwen with her dad.
Well, yeah, but they basically
expanding upon what was in the first one.
They still have the opening with I'm the first, or I thought I was the first and only Spider-Man, and this and that, very reminiscent to the first one. And it's okay, I understand you're doing exposition for people who didn't watch it, but you're just running time at that point. It's if somebody else didn't watch the first movie and they're watching the sequel, that's their own damn fault. Why are you even here?
You said yourself though that this one doesn't have a complete story. So if they completely didn't have any kind of flashback stuff or anything explaining what happened in the last movie, then people would be even more lost. Like I feel like they kind of, they had to do that because it has been 5 fucking years. So it's not like we're gonna get that again in this next movie, which comes out next year, which is very much gonna be designed to be watched back to back with this one.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought it was a fun time. I thought it was good. Don't get me wrong. It might sound like like you guys say, the hard critic, but it's not. I still would say it's a fun time.
At the end of the day, it was a good movie.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I still enjoyed.
However good it is, at least it was a good movie that entertained you.
Yeah. I will watch it again.
To be doing at least that.
I will watch it again. The only thing I will say is, like, let's say comparing it to Guardians Volume 3 or even the first Into the Spider-Verse movie, when I got done with those, I was like, yo, I can't wait to watch this again. This one, I want to watch it again at some point. I'm just in not as much of a hurry as I normally am with, like I said, these previous ones. Like, I do want to watch it again. I just don't know when I'm going to have time to. And I'm not going to go out of my way to make time to go watch it again. It's like one of those, if I have a Friday off, which my job now is not giving me as much as it used to, if I do have a Friday off, I might go and watch it again. Maybe I'll be like, hey, Mr. Oyman, what you doing? You want to go watch it in IMAX or something? But
fuck yeah, I do, because this is my new favorite comfort movie. I could just put this shit on and just... And how good... This movie's so beautiful, like... terms of how it looks, I could watch it from any point in the movie. I don't even need to see the whole thing. I could start like an hour in. I could watch 20 minutes of it. I could watch, whatever. Like, it's a good comfort.
It is,
but I'm a
visually
huge Spider-Man
appealing.
fan. It gave me everything I could have wanted in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it is very pretty to look at. At times, though,
better than No Way Home.
Maybe it's my ADHD or something, but it's like all over the place at certain points where I'm like, oh, okay, I can't focus on a bunch of stuff. Maybe it's, again, my ADHD, and I'm like, oh, look, and then it gets overwhelming.
When I first saw it, I was like, what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah,
Seeing
but
it again, focused, good dialogue.
It got a little
theater.
overwhelming when there's so much going on at times, and I was like, oh, shit, what am I looking at?
You're also kind of waiting to, like, get to the end, because there are a lot of slower the first half of the movie.
I will say that
you're like waiting for those to get through because you're like, oh, I just want to see where this goes. So now that you know where it's going to end, I think you'll be able to appreciate.
Yeah, it does take
scenes.
There are some parts that do take a little bit more time that I would want, but again, like you said, they are kind of important because they do have character moments to them, which I do appreciate character moments. But
you don't get in animated movies. Think about like Super Mario. It didn't have anything like that. It didn't have moments where the characters just like talked and got to know each other. Like,
wait, you gonna dip out, Mr. Joestar?
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here because like it's already gonna be a little bit late for me because I have to wake up early.
Yeah, it is the 1:33 mark, so we'll just get JT's thoughts, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode. So JT, give us your thoughts. Mr. Oyman or Mr. Joestar's about to leave. Thank you for stopping by. So I guess
on off. We'll see you later.
I guess
Johnny.
do we need to hit the siren?
Yeah, let's hit the siren.
All right.
That's what I was pretty much thinking. Like Josh is gonna go all out.
No. Let's go ahead and just keep it spoiler free. And that way we don't get too long into it. But you have a good night, Mr. Joestar. Thanks again for stopping by and making your comeback story. But we'll go ahead and hopefully get you back on sooner than later.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. Bye.
Later.
All right, JT.
There's a lot to talk about this movie though, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. For right now,
I would say,
wait. For right now, spoiler free. If we want to get into it, maybe next episode once we give it another week and maybe Mr. Joestar seen it. But right now, since we are, if we do go into spoiler talks, it'll probably go on for another hour or two, and we are at the 134 mark. Exactly. So let's go ahead and just get your thoughts on the movie, first impressions, and what it did for you. So let's go ahead and hear what you got to say, JT.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you, Texas Morty and your wife. It allowed me to be able to see this movie over the weekend.
Yeah, anytime, man. I got you. I'm glad you were able to come.
I feel like this movie is meant to be seen a second and third time because there's so much information, and I think it's critical in order to see again, the sequel next year. the most important thing I would say about this movie is the dialogue. I know it's a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. I know the visual
Animated
effects
movie.
are amazing. I know, but I think this movie thrives on dialogue and script and screenplay.
Mhm.
And
Script is good.
I know that people like Tex Moody and like other people, not I'm just saying in general, did not like this movie because of that. I feel like a movie of this massive, you have to listen to what the characters have to say because it's vital information. And I feel like this movie actually enhances into the Spider-Verse because into the
Mhm.
Spider-Verse, it was like, okay, Miles is next Spider-Man. This one, it kind of explains why, and it's remarkable. Um, and it expanded the story to a point where it has to be seen. It has to be seen on the big screen. It has to be seen 2 or 3 times in order to
Mhm.
fully get the experience.
Minimum 3 times.
Yeah, minimum 3 times. Great character development all around. That's all I can say because again, there's so much to unpack here. We can take like forever, but if everybody's listening, if you have not seen the movie in theaters, please do. You will appreciate it greatly. See it on the biggest screen possible. Like Mr. Oyman said, see it with the sound all the way up
Yeah,
because
so
there
you can hear the
is
dialogue. The
dialogue.
dialogue is great.
The dialogue is critical to this
I
movie.
missed so much on my first
The
viewing. It was
emotion is critical to this movie. The overall tone is critical to this movie on the big screen. That's all I can say for now. I kept it short, but please see it. The biggest movies of this year is animated movies, Super Mario Bros. And also
true.
this
Yeah.
one. And it just goes to show that if you have a great script, great dialogue, you can make a 2 hour expansive movie possible. Um, and I think that they did a fantastic job. I would like to see this movie again
I'll take you.
because like the theater we went to, there was some little kids talking, so
Oh, damn.
Texas Morty kind of missed some of the dialogue.
Well, it
And
also didn't
Did you
help
guys
that
hear the dialogue though?
it was very
yes,
low.
I did only a little bit, but
It was
Okay,
low.
so you might have had the same.
Yeah, it had issues at first. Now that you pointed out, that's probably what it was because the first thing that I said to JT when we got out of the theater was, "Is it just me, or was that room too big for the type of audio speakers they had?"
Yeah.
And I guess
Well, and I was in a smaller theater, and it was like noticeasably too quiet.
yeah. Well,
But
let's
the
just
volume,
say
the music.
let's
volume was
just say
fine.
these screaming, hooting, and hollering kids were
Yeah.
a little bit distracting. But
but yeah,
I hope that they keep it in
all I can
IMAX
say
longer.
is-
well, isn't
Yeah, all I
Transformers
can
gonna
say is-
knock it out?
What?
Transformers, isn't that gonna be an IMAX, or are they gonna have both playing?
No, I know,
or-
but I hope they can like take turns with having some play on because when I saw it in IMAX, I could hear the dialogue. I caught so many more lines, and also I was in a packed theater last night. Not a single kid. It was all adults, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Everyone was having a great time. But
Yeah, so like I said earlier, the dialogue of this movie is so important to the story. I cannot stress that enough. It will make more sense once the sequel comes out next year. But I feel like this movie expanded on the story of Into the Spider-Verse so much that, again, like Mr. Omi said, when we watch all three back to back to back, it will make a whole lot of sense. So,
But I also want to throw this out really quickly, that I know Tex-Mex Morty, you were saying that you need to have the second part in order to fully judge this one, which you shouldn't have to. On seeing it a second time, I liked this one so much and what we got from it that if they did never release a third one, and I only had this one movie with all the Spider-Man goodness that's in it, I would still be very happy with it. I would hate that I'd never get to see how it ended, but I like just the fact that I have this movie and what it gave me from a pure like cinematic presentation, the music and the visuals and how the characters worked, just all of it was so top notch for me that I personally would be just satisfied alone with this one, even though again it doesn't end in a, it doesn't have a wrap up. It really does leave it very open ended. But I was just so happy with it.
But also to point Texas Moody point, I kind of do see some of the criticisms that he has. Again, you know, like this is a safe place. I get it, but I kind of feel like dialogue is critical in this movie, and I think that if you watch it again with just like pure cinematic experience, I think that you will appreciate the movie more than it already is. So, it's just me.
Well, yeah, no, I still appreciated the movie. I was, like I said, the way I judged it, it was in the sense of, did it make me want to go watch it again? I mean, Into the Spider-Verse, I think I saw it 3 times in the theaters, and I bought it digitally. Or no, they gave it to me digitally because I was part of some test study group after the movie came out to see where they wanted to take the, either make miniseries or the sequel, what people wanted. So it's like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was part of focus group, and they
Did you see it early?
What's up?
Did you see it early, like before it came out?
No, like the movie came out, and then before it came out
afterwards.
Yeah, like a week or two afterwards, they sent me a digital copy of it and said, watch it again because this is what the study's going to be about.
Well, it also came out during Oscar season, so yeah, they were giving out like screeners for it at the time.
So they gave me some of that. I did a test study group and stuff like that, and once I had the movie on digital, I watched it a few times on my own. And I really enjoyed it. Same with like Guardians. I've watched it like 5 times already, I think, and I want to go watch it a 6th time. This one, like I said, I judge it on the base that I didn't like you. You're right, Mr. Oyman. I did enjoy what we got. I thought it looked cool. I
just didn't have
was
that
entertained.
immediate like
but
rewatch this right now. Like
but that's where I say that. Don't get me wrong. I still
that
think
doesn't mean
it's
the movie
like
fails.
No. I still think it's a solid like 7.5 for me. Personally, I know I'm in the minority in this thing because I've seen everyone just like get mind blown by it, and I agree. It's a good movie. I just didn't have that same effect where I'm like, damn, I want to watch that right now once again. And I will watch it again. I don't know if I'm gonna get to catch a theatrical run or if I'm gonna have to wait till it comes out on digital.
Honestly, I would almost wait and would rewatch it right before Beyond comes out.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna do that anyways.
You're telling me like 7.5, kind of like good movie, just not, you know, like I'm like maybe just wait until right before Beyond comes out, and you'll probably appreciate both movies even more. With that one being kind of like how we did with Into right before Across, right? Like, you know, that might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna try to avoid any trailers for Beyond. I don't want to know anything because that's my biggest complaint. They showed too much in the fucking trailers. They did give away basically the gist of the movie. All they didn't give away was the last like 10-15 minutes of it. I feel like way too much of the movie was given away in the trailers.
I don't know if I even saw all the trailers or not. I know I saw the teaser one, but I don't remember the other ones.
I mean, I stopped watching like. I mean, I didn't purposely seek out the trailers, but they did show them. And the most recent trailer, which they showed before whatever it was, we saw Guardians, I think. It was like, okay, that is the entire movie in a nutshell, really. And I really would have liked if they could have somehow. And I understand they have to sell the movie, but there were just, you know, a lot of things, nice surprises. There was nice things in the movie that could have been nice surprises had they not been spoiled beforehand in marketing. And that's Sony for you. They always fucking do that. I'm amazed they even somehow kept out Tom or Andrew and Toby from No Way Home, but like we all knew they were going to be in it. But I mean, if I can somehow avoid every trailer and, you know, clip that comes out before Beyond, that would be so preferable to me because, oh man, I just want to see. I need to see the next part without knowing what's going to happen in it beforehand, in terms of like a story trailer.
Yeah, no, that's a good mindset. I mean, that's how I rolled into Guardians this year. I saw the original trailer, the teaser, and then I think I saw
the Super Bowl trailer, right?
I don't know if I saw that one. I know
No,
before.
no, that was the one where they showed like you're playing Since You've Been Gone in it.
Yeah, but
And then it ends with the Nebula and Star-Lord joke.
Yeah, but I think I saw that before another movie, and I was like, "Hey, wait, why are they showing this? I don't want to see this."
Oh yeah.
And
yeah, they showed it before. It was before for Mario Brothers.
There you go, before Mario Brothers, because I looked over to you and I was like, "Hey, I didn't. What the hell?
You're like, I don't remember this trailer.
Yeah, I don't want to see all this." I remember I told you that because at a certain point you're just like, "Okay, with the teaser trailer, I'm sold already. I know I'm gonna go watch this movie." So yeah, it is
like,
hard to avoid,
is, like,
but with certain
I don't
movies,
want
you
to
just
even know what the beginning of Beyond is gonna, because like the direct next thing that happens after where Across ends, I don't want to know I just want to already be watching it, because you know in the trailer they're gonna obviously show what happens at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Because you have, you know, even if they save stuff from the end, but I really just want to sit down and watch the whole movie. Maybe I can get a test screening for it. They probably won't do that.
Well, who knows?
That'd be ideal.
Who knows? Maybe I've already seen it too, Mr. Oyman.
And it still looks better than the Flash.
One more
Looks
thing
more complete
before
than
I
the Flash.
say, before we go, a gaming fan, please get Spider-Man 2. Please, it's awesome. It's cool. I'm going to watch it. I'm
excited for that.
Texas Moy's going to play it.
Day one, man.
Awesome.
Day one, baby.
I'll be watching all of that.
Yeah, I might even live stream like when it comes out the first day and I pick it up. I'll probably do
I will come over to your house and play some of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't play whole games all the way, but I want to play it.
Please.
But
I will definitely watch the entire gameplay of it.
With that being said, though, I want to go ahead and thank the audience that came by and stopped by and rocked with us for this episode. I know we made it past the 145 mark, just shy of, or just a little bit past that. But if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'll mean the world to us. And if you can, share us out to anyone who you think is as big of a geeks as we are and would love to just hear our opinions and maybe even chime in and on the chat over there and give us some stuff like Derpy sometimes does and kind of skews the conversation a certain way and just gets us going on. Also, of course, I want to thank my panel. I'll go ahead and thank Mr. Joe Star first since he did have to bounce. But if you if you haven't already, he does do Twitch. Let me see if I could find what his Twitch handle is. Man, I'll have to put it in the oh, here you go. JohnnyBoy23C0D. That's JohnnyBoy23 lowercase c o or 0 lowercase d. So go ahead and check him out. I don't think he has an actual schedule of when he does it, but when he does stream either nostalgic games or even some of the newer ones that come out. Definitely a lot of horror stuff as well on there. Also would like to thank panel member JT for stopping by and also not doing any spoilers on this talk while he was there. I'm very proud of you, man.
Actually, believe it or not, I don't think I'll spoil this movie for anybody. I kind of feel like you have to see for yourself.
You have to see it for yourself.
This is one of those movies where you have to see it for yourself. I won't spoil anything.
Yeah. And of course, the final thank you I do want to say is to my fantastic co-host, Mr. Oyman, who always, every time you come rock with me over on this podcast, whenever I need to step out of the room or anything, you're awesome and you're able to take the conversation with these guys. And I appreciate all of the input and all of y'all taking your time out of your day to come and rock with me. So thank you guys so much. And
absolutely, thank you for hosting us.
Yeah, of course. Let me go ahead and you guys know what time it is. It's time to say goodbye, and we'll see y'all next week on this Screen Crusader podcast.
How much?
You know how much I sacrificed?